J. Robert Inslee is an American politician and retired attorney who has served as the 23rd Governor of Washington since 2013. A member of the Democratic Party, he served in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1993 to 1995 and again from 1999 to 2012, and was a candidate for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination. Born and raised in Seattle, Inslee graduated from the University of Washington and Willamette University College of Law. He served in the Washington House of Representatives from 1989 to 1993. In 1992, Inslee was elected to represent Washington's 4th Congressional District, based around Central Washington, in the U.S. House of Representatives. Defeated for re-election in 1994, Inslee briefly returned to private legal practice. He made his first run for governor of Washington in 1996, coming in 5th in the blanket primary ahead of the general election, which was won by Democrat Gary Locke. Inslee then served as regional director for the United States Department of Health and Human Services under President Bill Clinton. Inslee returned to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1999. This time for Washington's 1st Congressional District. The new district included Seattle's northern suburbs in King County, Snohomish County, and Kitsap County. He was re-elected 6 times before announcing that he would make another run for the governorship in the 2012 election. He resigned from Congress to focus on his campaign. He defeated Republican Rob McKenna, the Attorney General of Washington. Inslee was re-elected to a second term in 2016, defeating Republican Seattle Port Commissioner Bill Bryant, 54% to 45%. Inslee served as chair of the Democratic Governors Association for the 2018 election cycle. As governor, Inslee has emphasized climate change, education and drug policy reform. He has garnered national attention for his critiques of President Donald Trump. Inslee, State Attorney General Bob Ferguson and State Solicitor General Noah Purcell sued the Trump administration over Executive Order 13769, which halted travel for 90 days from 7 Muslim-majority countries and imposed a total ban on Syrian refugees entering the United States. The case, Washington v. Trump, led to the order being blocked by the courts, and other executive orders later superseded it. Inslee was a candidate for the Democratic nomination for President of the United States in the 2020 election, launching his campaign on March 1, 2019. He suspended his campaign on August 21, citing extremely low poll numbers. The next day, Inslee announced his intention to seek a third term as governor in the 2020 election, which he won with 57% of the vote, becoming the first incumbent governor of Washington elected to a third term in more than 40 years. Upon the resignation of New York Governor Andrew Cuomo in August 2021, Inslee became the longest-serving current governor in the United States. J. Robert Inslee was born February 9, 1951 in Seattle, Washington, the oldest of 3 sons of Adele A. and Frank A. Inslee. His mother worked as a sales clerk at Sears. His father was a well-known high school counselor and football coach, teaching at Tenino High School, Garfield High School and Chief Sealth High School. Frank Inslee later became the athletic director for Seattle Public Schools. Inslee is a 5th-generation Washingtonian. Inslee describes his family as being of English and Welsh descent. Inslee attended Seattle's Ingraham High School, where he was an honor roll student and star athlete. Graduating in 1969, he played center on his high school basketball team and was also the starting quarterback on his football team. Inslee's interest in environmental issues originated at an early age, with his parents leading groups of high school students on trips cleaning Mount Rainier. He met his future wife, Trudy Tyndall, at Ingraham during his sophomore year. Graduating at the height of the Vietnam War, Inslee received student deferments from the draft. Inslee began college at Stanford University, where he initially intended on studying medicine. After a year, he was forced to drop out because he was unable to get a scholarship. He returned home and, living in his parents' basement, Attended the University of Washington. He earned a Bachelor of Arts in Economics in 1973. He then attended Willamette University School of Law, earning a Juris Doctor in 1976. Inslee and his wife were married on August 27, 1972, and have 3 sons, Jack, Connor, and Joseph. After Inslee finished law school, they moved to Cellar, a suburb of Yakima. Inslee joined the law firm Peters, Shamals, Leedon and Fowler, working as a city prosecutor. He practiced in Cellar for 10 years. He first became politically active in 1985, while advocating for the construction of a new high school. The experience sparked Inslee's interest in politics, emboldening him to run for political office. Inslee ran for the Washington House of Representatives in 1988 after incumbent Republican State Rep.